today?
Well, really? Well, that's a book, and I ain't wrote that book. I know there's a lot of folks trying to write that book, and in the process of writing it, but it really hasn't been written yet. That's a very good question, but it's also a question that requires a lot of explanation, you know. But basically, you could say that the Black Panther Party was a product of the black experience, the African experience in America at that point in history, in 1966, in October of 1966. Now, the Black Panther Party for self-defense, which is the one that I was a member of that
Yes.
I'm referring to, was not the first time or the first itineration of that name, the Black Panther Party. It was also done in Lowndes County. It was done in the South, you know, beforehand. But it was a different type of organizations. But the fundamental root was the same. It was our right to self-defense, and that's basically what I can say about the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party came out of our ability or inability to defend ourselves from white supremacist violence and attack.
Thank you. Why do you think radical hate groups are thriving today when the Black Panther Party was systematically disbanded by the government?
Well, there's a qualitative difference between white supremacist groups and the Black Panther Party. Um, First of all, the United States, as a national entity, its raison d'etre, its ideology, its ideological core, its religio-ideological core is white supremacy. It's European superiority. Is a superiority of Western civilization over people of color. So, so it's not. Um, there's no distinction between the fruit of that ideology, which is the national security state we call America today, or the USA, or the Republic of the United States. So it's not unusual that racism and white supremacy and white skin privilege would be features of the country or of the nation that are irreconcilable with the change in the country's demographics, with the changes in the country and the insecurities that brings on for people who are accustomed to everything basically being calibrated and organized and judged by themselves.
Thank you. Can you please tell me what are your most important life experiences with the civil rights movement and the Black Panther Party?
Well, my most important experience, of course, with the civil rights movement was the assassination of Dr. King. Because that assassination is one of that marked the point in my life where I went and actually joined the Black Panther Party. Was when he was killed. It was at a turning point in my life. The other significant thing, I guess, would be the Panther 21 conspiracy indictment and acquittal, and surviving that. And of course, after surviving the Panther 21 acquittal, being framed for the shooting of policemen and spending 19 years in prison before having it overturned and proving that it was part of a conspiracy. Then after that, after going through all of that, witnessing or having the birth of my son, Mujahid, in Ghana in 2004. You know, so those were some of the most important pivotal moments in my life off the top of my head, probably in that order.
Thank you. Oh, wait, I'm just gonna pull up my charger so my phone doesn't die.